You are standing in front of the mirror at 11 p.m. You have just completed a perfect day, waking up at 5 a.m., reading 20 pages of a book, crushing a high-intensity workout, and working deeply for 10 straight hours. You ate clean, avoiding a single drop of sugar or junk food. By all accounts, right now, you should feel incredibly proud and happy. But let's be honest for a moment. The moment the world around you goes silent, a chilling sensation of emptiness comes knocking on your mind. A heavy weight presses down on your chest, and a voice deep within whispers, "Who are you inside this perfect armor? Are you truly living, or are you just playing the role of a successful person scripted by someone else?" If this lingering anxiety sounds familiar, please do not panic. You are not ungrateful, and you are definitely not alone. You are experiencing a profound psychological phenomenon of our digital age, the identity crisis in self-improvement. We have been taught to upgrade ourselves like a piece of computer software, but we forget that human beings are not built from cold lines of code. But why does the pure effort to better ourselves lead to a quiet collapse of our identity? To understand this heartbreaking paradox, we need to uncover a hidden psychological trap that science calls self-objectification. In psychology, there is a concept called self-objectification, the act of turning yourself into an object. When you become overly obsessed with fitting into pre-made self-help templates, you unintentionally split yourself into two separate entities, the overseer and the executor. The overseer inside you acts like a tyrannical boss. It constantly judges you from the outside, measuring your worth strictly through numbers. Woke up 10 minutes late? Failure. Gained half a kilogram today. Failure. Didn't hit the exact KPI. Failure. At this point, your body, your mind, and your emotions are no longer extensions of your soul. They become mere tools, assets that must be optimized for maximum profit. Imagine buying a luxury sports car. Instead of driving it to feel the ocean breeze and experience freedom, you lock it in a garage. Every single day, you tear the engine apart just to clean, upgrade, and measure its technical specifications. The car might run faster, but it has completely lost the original purpose of a journey. The human brain has a biological mechanism known as the reward system. When you achieve a goal through forced discipline, your brain releases dopamine, giving you a short-term high. But dopamine does not grant long-term peace. Once that high fades, if your true identity does not align with the actions you just forced yourself to take, your nervous system fires an alarm. That is the emptiness you feel. You realize you have built a magnificent castle, but the person living inside is a total stranger. This crisis does not randomly appear from inside your brain. It is the direct product of a human assembly line that modern society is quietly running. Modern society has turned self-improvement into a multi-billion-dollar industry. Social media algorithms constantly bombard your eyes with images of an idealized life, 25-year-old millionaires, flawless physiques, and bookshelves crowded with the wisdom of giants. Unintentionally, this industry creates a factory assembly line for the perfect human. It forces every unique individual, whether you are a sensitive artist or a quiet scientist, to fit into the exact same mold. You must be highly productive, highly extroverted, possess a millionaire mindset, and wake up before the sun. The greatest enemy here is the homogenization of identity. When you try too hard to fix what society labels as a weakness, you might accidentally wipe out your own unique genius. If an introvert forces themselves to become a hypersocial networker just to succeed, they might gain connections, but they will lose their capacity for deep observation, which was their greatest gift. You are wearing a luxury suit tailored for someone else. It might look stunning to onlookers, but it chokes you with every single step. So, how do we escape this loop of progressive suffering? The answer is not to stop growing, but to embrace a concept called authentic integration. To heal this identity crisis, we must shift our paradigm from fear-based self-improvement to understanding-based growth. Here are two core mindset shifts proven by psychological science. First, separate external goals from internal core values. Goals are things you want to have or achieve, like money, status, or a perfect body. Core values are how you want to live and experience the world. If you go to the gym simply because you fear being judged as lazy, you are driven by anxiety. But if you exercise because you deeply value the vitality of your body, you are driven by value. Ask yourself before every action, am I doing this out of fear of judgment or out of curiosity and love for myself? Second, learn to accept the gap between two versions. The legendary psychologist Carl Rogers once wrote a beautiful paradox. The curious paradox is that when I accept myself just as I am, then I can change. When you are transitioning from your old, undisciplined self to your new, structured self, feeling lost is completely normal. It is not a failure. It is a sign that old neural pathways are breaking down to make room for the new. Do not demand perfection instantly. Allow yourself to have 0 productivity days without introducing self-punishment, my friend. Self-improvement is not a marathon to transform you into someone entirely different. It is a journey of peeling back the heavy layers of social pressure to rediscover and nourish what was already authentically alive inside you. You are a human being, a living soul full of complex emotions, not a biological machine that needs to maximize efficiency. Be kind to your own fractures. Because just like the Japanese art of kintsugi, it is the cracks repaired with gold that make a piece of art uniquely beautiful and priceless. Have you ever felt completely lost and empty right at the peak of your discipline? Leave a comment below with your story, so we all know we never have to walk this path alone. Don't forget to like and subscribe if this video gave you a quiet room to breathe today. Thank you for listening until the very end. Take care of your fatigue, and I wish you true peace within your mind. Stay curious and stay peaceful.